Hi everyone, welcome to your 2010 Fall Zone meeting. I'm Chuck McLean, your elected chair of Alberta Beef Producers. ABP is a democratic organization governed by a board of directors, elected by delegates you elect in 9 provincial zones. Like you, we are all cattle and beef producers and come from a variety of backgrounds, and our goal is to serve the best interests of all producers. This means that for us to be effective at our jobs, we need your input throughout the year. The information we get results in issues being openly presented at board meetings and given fair, balanced consideration. We don't always agree, and discussion can get pretty lively, but it's a transparent process that directs all the actions taken by us at ABP and by the National Cattle Associations. So on behalf of ABP and the Board of Directors, we thank everyone for taking time to be here and for ongoing feedback. As well, the 2010 ABP Annual Report has been mailed to you and has additional details on key topics we'll address along with information about our other ongoing concerns and activities. Here with me today is the Executive Director of ABP, Rich Smith. Thanks for being here today, Rich.
It's my pleasure, Chuck. Fall meetings and this video give us a great opportunity to talk with producers about our strategic objectives, the results we've achieved, and to show them how these are aimed at making the industry more competitive and sustainable. For the past few years, it seemed that ABP and cattle producers have been put into a position of reacting to circumstances that have had a significant impact on our industry and on producers' livelihood. But this year, we feel we're in a position where we're making progress on issues that are important to the industry and will help producers.
One of the big things that we did was agri-recovery, or that we worked at and seemed to have came up with a fairly decent result.
Yes, the Canada-Alberta Pasture Recovery Initiative, which is agri-recovery funding, provided $114 million in assistance for primary producers in Alberta and Saskatchewan who were affected by the disastrous drought of last year and this spring, and it was certainly a lot of effort done by ABP to get there.
Yeah, I think that the people that were affected understand how much work we did after the fact, and Ted Ford, our cow-calf committee chair, was really instrumental in getting the agri-recovery for us, along with the cow-calf council, and I think that the producers of Alberta need to understand how much work he did for that.
Yes, and it was a case of us being able to work on behalf of primary producers especially, and provide these producers with a win in terms of the assistance they receive from agri-recovery.
Yep. I think that turned out really good.
Another area where ABP has devoted a lot of time and effort was the reinstatement of a $1 non-refundable levy for national marketing and research programs.
Yeah, we started with doing that way back in about February or March when we first met Minister Hayden, and through the whole spring and into the summer we kept focused on that, and then here in about August it looked like we had an opportunity to get with other organizations that were of like mind to try to put the dollar levy back into place.
When it became refundable in Alberta, we were the only province in Canada and the only beef exporting jurisdiction in the world that did not have a non-refundable levy supporting marketing and research. So it was very important for the industry that we could get back the benefits of having this type of levy.
And it actually had a great impact on organizations like CBEF and BIC and the research committee, and that have lost or had their budgets cut because of the dollar just in the short time that it's been gone. So it's important that we reinstate it.
There was a significant loss of benefits to the industry. Our studies show that producer checkoff investment of $1 provided $9 in benefits, and certainly the loss of checkoff in Alberta to refunds would have cost producers $11 for every dollar that was refunded. So the economic benefits of having a non-refundable levy are very large.
It wasn't for the benefit of the organizations in Alberta or the ABP or Alberta cattle feeders. It's for the good of the industry right across Canada, and I think all of the other provinces depend on us to follow suit and help them get that reinstated.
And certainly the fact that the Alberta Cattle Feeders Association and ABP were able to get together on an agreement and take forward a recommendation to the Minister of Agriculture And now Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Jack Hayden is taking the recommendations from our agreement forward to his government colleagues and starting the process of reinstating a non-refundable levy. And we're hoping that by the time of the fall meetings that this will be very close to a reality. Another area where we've been working this year is the Canada Beef Working Group, and Chuck, you're a member of that working group.
Yeah, yes, we are, and through the people that were in the export business, plus the funders, plus the commodity people, the packers and processors, they saw a need to try to form an organization that would deliver better services to the industry as a whole. And at the moment we have these 10 people that were elected to go on that working group, plus as it got started, we have 3 others that have been appointed and brought in to make the group all-inclusive and to make sure that everybody's needs are represented.
Certainly our domestic and international marketing activities are of great importance to the industry. We are an export-based industry, and we need strong activity and strong marketing efforts in these areas to make sure the industry is profitable.
Well, the working group's working to make sure that we can come up with an organization that is more efficient and progressive in what we do for the industry in the future.
And when can we expect recommendations to come from your group?
The recommendations should come out in about November.
After the recommendations, when would you expect that a new organization could be in place and working?
The timetable is for June, but we have quite a few hurdles that we have to cross before we get to there, but we will try to get everything accomplished by that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Rich, I'd like to talk about the producer loyalty program. I think it's probably a new and really exciting thing that the ABP is looking at working with.
Yes, this is a chance for us to use the power that we have with the large number of producers with whom we work to negotiate arrangements with partners in the retail sector and provide a way for producers to get savings on their purchases from the partners in the loyalty program. We're introducing the program this year. We're hoping to have 4 partners on board for this year: an insurance company, a partner in the farm supply industry, a partner working with the crop science sector, and also a partner in the financial sector.
Because this is a new program, it should be somewhat of a learning experience for ABP and producers, and we hope that it helps them receive some benefit from belonging to ABP.
It's a brand new venture for us, and it is a way for us to provide real and tangible value to producers for their investment of checkoff funds and to reward them for their loyalty to our organization. Thanks for the opportunity to present this important information to our viewers. It's true that we face old and new challenges year to year. Our delegates and directors are producers, and they understand the difficulty producers would face if they had to tackle these issues individually. And that is the reason why ABP is here, to listen to producers' concerns, present a unified position and a strong voice for all producers. So it's important to stress that Alberta beef producers, meaning all the delegates, directors and staff, have a firm commitment to make our industry more profitable and sustainable for cattle producers in Alberta. We are on your side and we work on your behalf, but we can only be effective with your continued support and input. I'll leave it at that, Chuck.
Thanks, Rich.